My name is David Berman. I'm president of a company called ESD Technologies, which stands for Engineering, Sustainability, and Design. Our company provides services to home builders and remodelers, as well as new home buyers and consumers. Our focuses are low voltage contracting, which is the infrastructural wiring in your house. Second is security and surveillance. Third would be custom installation and integration, which encompasses home theater, performance audio, smart home control and home automation, networking, virtually anything that touches the technology that consumers deal with every day in their lives. Substantially. I think the custom installation business needs to get their arms around the DIY category, which stands for do-it-yourself. There are so many items available to consumers these days, like doorbells and door locks and thermostats and lighting control and so on and so forth, that the custom installation business has become a way of uniting all these disparate technologies, as well as providing expertise and better quality product to consumers who really wouldn't know what to buy. Brilliant is such a linchpin. It allows clients to affordably get into the world of smart home control and automation and grow into technology. It's a touchscreen on your wall that gives you access to those devices by categories that you identify, things like security cameras and door locks, music, climate, things that you know and would recognize. It takes these disparate technologies and puts them into one single operating platform, one single interface that is easy for every customer to become comfortable with. It gives you the ability to not just control them through a single interface, but a single phone app. And that phone app can do more than most of the individual apps when operated separately. Last but not least, it gives you the ability to automate. Automation is what makes technology invisible in our lives. Inside the Brilliant device, they have motion sensing capabilities. So when you walk into the room, the display will go bright and it can execute a scene, such as turning on all the lights in that room, adjusting the temperature. I mean, it's a wonderful product that you don't have to work at to enjoy. I chose Brilliant over the competitors for several reasons. The first is its affordability. Most home control and automation platforms can get very expensive the more that you do. Number two, I chose it because there's no recurring charges associated with it. Number three, because there's no programmer required to make it functional after I set it up. And most importantly, because I think it's accessible to everyone. I think no matter how young or how old, no matter how comfortable with technology or how uncomfortable with it, everybody can use a Brilliant device. It's a great way to get clients involved in the world of technology and smart home control. If you're a home builder, it's affordable, it's easy, and it differentiates and provides a superior product for you in the marketplace to allow your customers, every single customer, to engage with technology. If you're a dealer, it opens up your target audience to virtually every consumer. It's not limited to the top 2% of wage earners. It's not specifically focused on the technology friendly. It allows everybody, regardless of age or means, to get involved in smart home technology and home automation. It is what I consider to be the best solution of our time. It's the right call for your business, whether you're building a home, whether you're installing technology, or whether you're just building a relationship with your customer. First, you've opened it up to every single consumer. You're not limiting it to the top 2%. You're not limiting it to the people who are technology driven. Every single customer who lives in a home or an apartment or a building will benefit from Brilliant. So you can sell it to everyone. Number two, it takes possession of virtually everything the consumer's already buying, and because it's a common interface, a user-friendly ecosystem, you can expand it into worlds that most other control systems don't play well in. So you have basically created a trust relationship, and you've expanded their integration capabilities because now they will buy more and more products that will live in this domain. Things like shades, things like thermostats, things like security cameras and door locks and so on. So you've opened it up to virtually every consumer in an affordable fashion that will keep you engaged with your customer, and they will want more of these devices as well placed around the home to add the additional features that it provides, as well as give them capabilities to control their house like never before. Brilliant can help you upsell other products and technologies because it is a very user-accessible, easy type of platform that incorporates all of the devices they are already purchasing, plus additional solutions that you can provide. It's very simple. Several things about it that make it friendly. First, it requires no additional wiring. It basically replaces a light switch. Number two, although I do recommend that you have somebody who's certified as an electrician to do that change, it is super simple to set up once it's installed. Literally a tutorial process on screen, and within 5 minutes this device is up and functioning. The only requirement necessary to make this device work properly is good wireless internet. And once you've done that, you now have smart home control and the ability to set up automation and make changes and scenes on your own with no additional programmer required and no recurring charges needed. And that's really where I think Brilliant shines. Home builders want to differentiate in the marketplace, and they're all trying to enter the world of smart home and technology, but they don't really know how to do it. And a lot of them are making decisions that I think are, in the long run, not only bad for themselves, but bad for their clients. We pitch Brilliant in the following fashion. It doesn't require any additional wiring to work. It's accessible to every one of your home buyers, and it's affordable to you. Brilliant does a lot to support their dealers and home builders in very substantial ways, as good or better than any vendor I've worked with. When we launched our first home builder in the market, they created specific literature, including yard signs and point-of-sale materials that would help the builder educate home buyers as to why they offered the solution and what it would do for them. They created website, carousel, and informational systems that would allow the home buyer to, as they researched on the web, find out about the particular product and the services and why the builder had chosen that solution. They also did things like training. They brought people in to help speak to the salespeople and builders alike on why this was such a differentiating tool in their arsenal and how easy it was to sell and help customers understand the benefit. The first would be an elderly couple who was purchasing a home from one of our home builders, and the home builder was providing a Brilliant smart home device with their new home purchase. And the customer was adamant with me about not really needing any technology. All they really did was sit around and watch TV. And inevitably, we installed the device, and we met with them after they moved in, and we showed them what it could do. We set it up so that it could control their doorbell that also came with the house, and every time the doorbell rang, the camera would pop up on screen. We showed them how to intercom between two devices. We showed them how the phone app would allow them to access the house from outside the home. And by the end of the third month, we were receiving phone calls and emails from this client asking us what other devices we could implement into the system, because it had been so easy for them to use and so easy for their grandkids to use who were coming over to stay with them, that they fell in love with the product and they were now operating it every day. Another quick success story that I'll tell you about relates to a client that got one of these with the purchase of their new home, and inevitably the client added door locks and motorized shades and thermostats, all to control through the Brilliant device, because they were so pleased at the ease of access and the fact that it didn't require additional wiring and allowed them to put multiples around the house that everybody could function with.